Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap. So guys, in this video today we are going to discuss about the current affairs preparation for NABARD Grade A examination, right? So let us know the EduTap way to prepare current affairs. Before we proceed guys, I would request you to subscribe to our YouTube channel and also join our Telegram channel so that you can get daily content, daily videos that are free of cost and of course are useful for your examinations of RBI, NABARD, SEBI, right? And yes, of course, a very big announcement to make. We are currently offering 30% off on the gold, silver and combo packages of RBI, grade B, NABARD grade A and SEBI grade A. So this offer is valid till 13th June, this Sunday only. Please avail this offer if you are interested to buy the course. So guys, coming back to the topic. So guys, we see that students are confused about the preparation of current affairs, right? In this specific video, I am going to tell you about NABARD Grade A 2021. But if you are planning to prepare for the next year also or for any upcoming year, then also this preparation strategy would stand correct for you, right? So let us follow a three-step approach. Let us know this three-step approach to clear all your confusions about the preparation of current affairs, right? So this three-step approach is why to read current affairs, what to read in current affairs, and then how to read. Guys, this is a three-step formula. If you understand that why you need to prepare current affairs, it will be easy for you to identify what you need to prepare. And then if you have the clarity of why and what, how to cover or how to read current affairs will become easy for you, right? So I will tell you the strategy based on this three-step approach only. I really feel that this is going to be helpful for you, not only to cover current affairs but also to understand the current affairs. So my dear friends, let's talk about why to read current affairs. So the NABARD examination has two phases, phase 1 and phase 2. Of course, phase 3 interview is also there, right? But we are going to restrict ourselves to phase 1 and phase 2 only, right? So let's talk about phase 1. Guys, phase 1 has general awareness, then ESI and ARD. These are the three papers that take place in phase 1 of your examination. So this current affairs holds a very high weightage there. Weightage of 60 plus marks out of 100 marks. 20 your GA, 40 is ESI, 40 is again ARD. So total is 100, and out of 100 guys, the conservative average number is 60 plus. Okay, so this is where your current affairs play a very important role. Secondly, also I would like to highlight a very important thing here, my dear friends. Here this chart, this diagram tells you that GA has two subparts, ESI and ARD. This means whatever you are covering for ESI, whatever you are covering for ARD current affairs, they are gonna be helpful for GA also. So this is an integrated preparation of three papers of your phase 1, right? Because everything you cover related to, let's say, your economy, your social issues, the health sector, what is going on, it is also a part of general awareness, right? So this is what you have to understand. Coming to phase 2 now. So phase 2 has one paper of ESI and ARD combined 100 marks, and other paper is of English descriptive. So if we talk about ESI and ARD paper, 100 marks paper guys, 50 plus weightage goes to current affairs of ESI ARD together, right? I'll tell you the details about what to cover and what not in further slides, right? One more thing I would like to mention here. There's one more paper, your phase 2 descriptive paper. In that paper guys, your knowledge of current affairs plays a very important role. If you know the latest examples, if you know the current affairs going on in the country, you can mention all those in your descriptive paper, and that will obviously help you to fetch extra marks, right? So phase 1, phase 2, this is clear. Taking you to what to read for current affairs. So guys, for current affairs, you have to understand before reading it that what are current affairs. Everyday events are taking place on a daily basis, right? Something or the other is happening in the country, in your state, at international level. But do we need to know each and everything that is happening, right? No, we do not need to know, because we want to prepare current affairs for clearing the examination. We have to cover that part which is required for the examination, that is asked in the examination. Okay, so based on that, I have designed this thing for you, components of current affairs. So let's see these components. Very first is latest union budget and economic survey. So very important release by your government, you have to cover it, right? Latest, please remember the one which is available before your paper, right? You do not need to cover the previous year one, okay? Then reports, rankings and indices. So national level reports and rankings or international level reports and rankings, these are relevant and part of your current affairs. Then guys, third is government schemes, programs, initiatives. So the steps taken by the government are very important, especially the ones which are related to your syllabus. On this I will talk in detail in further slides. For now you have to understand that schemes, programs are a part of your current affairs. Then guys, fourth very important thing, developments related to the syllabus of ESI and ARD. So this means that you have to know your syllabus really well if you want to know that what to cover for current affairs. The developments that are related to the syllabus topics, that are directly related to the topics that are mentioned in your syllabus, they have to be covered well, okay? So all these broadly form your current affairs, right? If you now, I hope you know that what you have to read for current affairs, okay? Another important thing I would like to address here, that is in what to read current affairs, the question is that how many months of current affairs are to be prepared, that is timeline. So my dear friends, timeline for current affairs is latest 6 months before phase 2 of examination and latest 3 months before phase 1. They are most important, but it is advised to cover 10 to 12 months of current affairs to be covered fully. So if you cover, let's say, 1 year before your examination, all the things mentioned here, budget, reports, schemes, developments of syllabus, you are covering really well, okay? But let's say it is not feasible, that you do not have that much time, you are not able to retain, you are not able to revise, then guys, focus on phase 1, latest 3 months before paper, phase 1. Very important. When you go to phase 2 after clearing phase 1, which we want you to clear phase 1, there guys 6 months are going to be important, okay? 3 months are obviously important that you have covered, but you have to go back 3 months more because phase 2 questions are taking you to basically they are from the current affairs which are also from previous months, okay? I hope this is clear. Now my dear friends, third very important step, how to read. We are clear about why to read current affairs. We now know what to read for current affairs. Now we have to know how to read, okay? So very first thing guys, preparing current affairs is not sufficient. You must know the requirement of the examination. I have given you a broad idea of what to cover. Now in that broad also you have to go in depth that what is actually required in the examination. What will you do for this? For this you have to refer to previous year papers multiple times so that you can figure out the difference between more important and less important topics, right? And also the dimensions that are asked in examination. So the point is that two important things are required for your examination while you prepare. One is your syllabus, second are your previous year papers. You have to take these through along with your preparation so that you do not get diverted. You prepare what is required actually, right? Third guys, which will obviously come on the basis of the knowledge of previous year papers and syllabus, static topics related to the syllabus of ESI and ARD must be used to identify the current affairs topic. Obviously, if you do not know anything about static paper, you have not prepared, let's say, in what is inflation, you do not know. Guys, it will be difficult for you to identify if there is some inflation data given, some record inflation is there. It will be difficult for you to identify that part, that it is important for the examination. On the other hand, if you know, if you have covered about inflation, or at least you know that it is in your syllabus, you will be able to take that out from a lot of information that is given, right? So I hope this is clear. Now taking you to a bit of depth so that out after the broad discussion you can actually have you have the list that you need to prepare. So let's talk about ESI first. So I have taken out guys the most important syllabus topics for you which are usually in current affairs, and current affairs related to these topics are asked in the examination, right? So education, health, environment, poverty alleviation and employment generation, these are mentioned in your syllabus if you see. demographic trends, agricultural performance. Guys, this is given in syllabus of ESI. Students think that agriculture performance is related to agriculture and rural development. It is important for rural development, but it is given in your ESI paper also. That is the reason that we say that ESI and ARD are also combined. Questions that are asked in ARD can also be asked in ESI. Okay, rural banking and financial institutions. So here is what your finance related topics are important. Reforms in banking and financial sector, again same thing. IMF, World Bank, WTO, etc. and RECs, that is Regional Economic Cooperation. So whenever you see any report released by IMF, any program launched by IMF especially for India, you know it is important for you. Why? Because it is given in your exam syllabus. Urbanization and migration, another important topic. Social justice, SC, STs, women. I would say this is a favorite topic of NABARD to know about STs and women specifically. Human development and inflation. So these are the topics that are most relevant for current affairs. When you read, let's say you are reading any newspaper, I'll tell you what newspapers you should read. But if you are reading newspapers and if you are able to relate that news with any of these topics, that means you are able to identify what is required for exam. Okay, so my dear friends, after knowing these topics, how to go about it? Comprehensive coverage is required for ESI, guys. You have to know what is the news about, what is the background given, all those things you have to know. Facts, figures and data are most important. Any amount for a loan signed, if any allocation in the budget for any scheme, so those figures, they are important for you. NABARD has this tendency of asking exact figure, the percentage, the million, the crores. These are their favorite terminologies. Okay, it is advisable to make notes on a day-to-day basis so that revision and retention becomes easy. Obviously guys, you have to do a comprehensive preparation. You have to prepare facts, figures, so you cannot keep everything in your brain, right? So it's better to put it on some notepad, revise it again and again, so that you know that these are the things I have taken out and I have to revise them, right? Fourth important point, guys, PIB, Hindu Business Line, LiveMint are most important sources. Now, if you are referring to EduTap, then all these sources are covered in one comprehensive magazine, monthly magazine that is provided to you in your course. But if you are not referring to EduTap, then you must know that these are your most important sources for current affairs part. Okay, you have to track them on a day-to-day basis. Figure out, take out the figures, facts given there, and also do an understanding of the news given. Right? This was about your economics and social issues, current affairs. Taking you to ARD, agriculture and rural development. Now, weightage of current affairs, I would say, is more in ESI as compared to ARD. Okay, here static part are also static part of the syllabus is also very important. So what you should do, guys, regular newspapers or news sites, ICAR website, PIB already mentioned, then news related to NABARD. If you see anything related to NABARD in news, mark that. Kurukshetra magazine, it will give you an insight of what is going on right now in the country on a specific theme. Yojana magazine, here it is selective written, that means basically the rural part, agriculture part, whenever it is highlighted in Yojanas, that you have to cover. Please understand, you do not have to do a cover to cover reading of Yojana and Kurukshetra. You have to be selective in reading, okay, what is required for exam. Then guys, reports like census, SECC, annual reports of the ministries. So again, these are all your current affairs, the developments that are taking place related to agriculture sector, rural development in the country. Those are your ARD current affairs, right? Now, what to do? So guys, here you have to do a selective reading. Please, as I have told you, because you have to be selective. You cannot pick up, let's say, your Kurukshetra and start reading it end to end. Identify that these are the topics given in my syllabus. These are related to economics also. That is why they are relevant. Okay, refer to previous year papers. Google a lot. Why? Because when you search anything, and you spend time on searching it, it remains in your mind, right? So that is advisable, especially if you are from non-agriculture background. It will be easy for you to understand, see the images, see those maps given there, mind maps or graphics given there, and then identify that it is required for the exam, right? Coming to that, let me tell you, we're also soon going to come up with a video on the non-agri background students, how should they go for the preparation, right? Stay tuned with us. And last slide of my lecture today, guys, the summarizing points for you quickly. Remember, please refer to previous year papers to know the dimensions of current affairs, right? Remember, latest 3 months of current affairs before phase 1 are most important. Latest 6 months are most important for phase 2, right? An integrated preparation of phase 1 and phase 2 of the exam is advised to be done. Why? Because the syllabus is same. You have seen ESI and ARD, they are asked in phase 1, they are also asked in phase 2. So please keep in mind, there should not be a separate preparation for both the phases. Keep this in mind, that there has to be an integrated preparation that will help you to understand your exam better, right? Lastly, take multiple mock tests to be acquainted with the exam pattern. So starting with the previous year papers and ending with the mock tests, this is what your preparation is all about, right? So guys, thank you so much for your precious time. I really hope that you find this video helpful. It helps to clarify all your doubts, your confusions regarding the preparation of current affairs, which is a very important part of your examination, right? For any query, feel free to drop us a mail at hello@edutab.co.in, and we're also available on call at 8146207241. But if you are not able to get in touch with me, with our team on the number given, please drop us a mail, right? Thank you guys, keep watching EduTap and see you soon.